So recently I've heard a lot of people talking about user testing as a side hustle, as a way to get a second stream of income. So, like everyone else, I thought, oh, I'll give this a go. And I'm going to tell you what I thought about it. I think this has been gaining in popularity as there's been quite a few YouTube videos that have covered it. There's been a lot of stuff on Instagram, TikTok, that kind of things that have been advertising this in a somewhat realistic light, I feel. So I'm going to go through it and show a bit more of a realistic side to it. Hi, my name is Lucas, and if you wouldn't mind, like the video. Thank you. So what is user testing then? Well, it's when companies pay to have their product, their online product, or their website tested by other people. The idea is that the people testing it will speak their thoughts out loud, they'll give feedback, they'll say, oh, I like this feature, I don't like this, or here are some ways to improve. So it's essentially companies just looking to make sure that their online experience is a positive one for their customers. The specific website I'll be using for doing this is called User Testing. I think it's the most popular one there is. In order to get qualified, you have to do a test to begin with, which is essentially you just review a website, you do a couple of simple tasks, and you speak your thoughts while you do them. I managed to do mine no problem, and I'm not sure, I feel like I didn't do amazing, but I still got accepted onto it, so I don't think it's particularly hard. So now we're going to jump onto the user testing website, and I'm going to show you around and share a couple of my thoughts. So see you in there. Here we are on the user testing website. If you are looking to sign up, then to do that, it's really simple. All you would do is go to Get Paid to Test, click there. You'll then have to input your email address, enter your details, and then you will get into the practice test that I talked about earlier. So if we just go a bit further down here and show you what they are telling you about it, they say 3 steps: sign up, take tests, get paid. Oh, of course they make it sound nice and simple. It's not quite as easy as that, but it is close. So they say they've had 3 million tests taken, as well as 1.2 million payments to participants. Now, I think that is one of the issues of this platform, straight off the bat, is that it's becoming more and more popular since, as I mentioned, it's getting quite a lot of hype on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, social media in general. People are finding out about it, they think, oh, free money. It's not quite like that, and the more competition is making it even harder to actually find these tests that you can take. Now, if we're just in the frequently asked questions section, so I'll just walk through a couple of these and see whether I agree or not. So what do you need to get started? Computer that runs Windows, yeah, obviously. Reliable internet connection. Mine is pretty slow, but it works okay, so I don't think you really need to worry about that. A microphone, you can just use the built-in one on your phone or your laptop, depending on what you're doing the test on. You have to be able to download your screen recorder, so it's pretty much just a Chrome plugin. So if you share a computer, or you use a university computer or a public computer, then you likely won't be able to do that, so that's something to note. You have to be 18, so sorry guys under 18, you'll have to look elsewhere, and speak out loud in English obviously. Application process, as I mentioned earlier, you sign up, you have to do a practice test, which is just doing a couple of tasks on a website, speaking through your thought process. I got approved within a couple of days, so once you're approved, you can then start to take real tests, and you put in your payment details via PayPal. So that is how you get paid. They say that you will receive your payment exactly 7 days. I've received 1 payment to my PayPal so far, and I should be due to get another one tomorrow. How much money can I make? They suggest that you'll earn a few extra dollars. I think that's fair. You're not going to be earning loads and loads of money here. It is literally just a little bit extra to help with some small bills or something like that. So now we are logged into my account, so I'm approved, so this is what it will look like once you've passed your test. So as you can see here, I'm in the available tests section. So we have 2 that are currently available. First is on a iOS or Android smartphone. So they have a Apple or Android app, which you download on your phone, which will then allow you to review apps. And I'm seeing a lot more of these recently compared to just online ones, as a lot of companies are looking for people to test their app and see how user-friendly it is. So in order to do these ones, you have to go on your phone. But this is the kind of the classic one you'll have here. They'll ask you a question like this: what job title best describes your role? You'll go through and have a look at that. And this is kind of another issue with these, is that they give you this list, and me personally, I am none of these. I'm not an IT manager, IT admin, etc. So this is where people might be tempted to lie. I don't think that's right to do, since people are actually paying to have their products reviewed. So I don't think it's fair to try and review something you know nothing about. So this is the issue with it. You get a lot of these which just don't apply to you. So that's probably why I've only had 3. So now if we move over to completed tests, I will show you the 3 tests I've done. So I've been approved for about 3 weeks, maybe slightly less than 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I have done 3 tests. I've been semi-active, just whenever I've been doing something on my laptop, I'll have had it open and I'll be checking the mobile app sometimes as well. So if you leave this browser open while you're doing other things, if a test becomes available, you'll get a little ping that notifies you that there is one available, so then you can just go and do it as soon as it pops up. However, as I was saying, I've done 3. This was my first one, so I did that on the 4th of March. So I have been paid for this one. So I've received my $10 into my PayPal, which equated to about £6. So that's great. They do actually pay out, just so you know, it's not a scam. I have received money. I was rated 4 stars. I'll take that. This seems like a pretty generic feedback thing. I don't think it's actually feedback. I did a second test on the 10th, so I should be receiving my money tomorrow. So hopefully I get that. And then I did one more today. So I did this one. I think I did both of these on the app, and I did this first one on the computer. I would suggest that this kind of frequency is probably realistic to most people. So I've done 3, averaging about 1 a week. And the reason is, like I showed you earlier, we just had a load of them pop up. Most of these will not be available to you. So if we look at this one, for example, I am none of these roles. And there's quite a lot of survey screening questions that pop up like this, and they just don't apply to you. So you'll go through a lot of these and they'll say, so if we just go through this and let's see if we can find something that doesn't want you. Let's see, I'm IT admin. This one didn't work. Give it more time. So most of them will pop up with that, say, sorry, you're not who we're looking for. So that's why it's so difficult to actually make decent money from this, since most of the surveys, or the screening surveys, you'll get rejected from. So I would suggest that a realistic number, if you're just doing it casually, you're not always on it, and you're not lying, I would say pretty good going is getting 1 test per week. So that's about $10 per week, so $40 per month, which is probably just under £30, which is a nice amount of money, but is not going to make a significant difference to your life. It may allow you to pay off your phone bill, for example, which is great, but it's not going to allow you to become a millionaire. It's just not something like that. A real benefit of this, though, is that you can be doing something else. So say you work from home, or you're doing online school, online university, then you can just have this open, you can hear the ding, and then once it pops up, you can go and do it. So it'll be always there when it's popping up. So this will allow you to get in on them quickly. And so maybe you could get more than 1 a week. You might even be able to get 2 a week, which would really boost that income. So really, it's just going to depend how often you can be looking at it. So if you're on your computer often, you might be able to look at it a lot more often than someone that can't do that because of their day job. So in summary, I think if you're doing this and you're doing other things like myself, you just kind of have it open some of the time. I think a good goal would be to aim for 1 a week, and that would get you $40 a month. And I think that would be a good ground to start. It's not going to change your life, but it is just a nice bit of supplementary income. So there you have it. Although it sounds like a great idea, it would be a great idea if you could actually make a consistent side hustle second income from it. But I just don't think it's possible to do that. I think there's a chance that you would be able to get a lot more tests available to you if you have a profession, or if you work in a profession that is really desired. I think product testing as a profession would make you eligible for a lot more of these screening surveys. Or some people, I assume, would just lie on these surveys. However, that's not my style. So I think it is a good idea, but it is not realistic for most people to make any kind of decent money from it. It's definitely worth having a look at. Download it, sign up, try and get accepted onto it. Do a couple of them if you can, and then you might just see how difficult it is to actually find these tests that will take you on. So I wouldn't count it as a second income. It's a nice idea, but I just don't think it's that realistic.